Yes. Yeah, we can do that. Oroville TFR helicopter 3TV, 3,000 feet, 6.5 miles south, and I'll be overflying the dam area at 3,000 and above Oroville. .3014, great, I was on 1.5, lucky me. Well, I saw the video from earlier, and of course I was here for that yesterday morning when this was just a trickle. I came over here. As a matter of fact, we didn't even see any of the water that's going down into that area. Now we're seeing white water coming over, so that means this is very fast moving water, and a lot of it that's coming into the emergency spillway here. As a matter of fact, almost as much white water that is going down the regular spillway. So we've filled up that catch basin we were talking about yesterday. It has crested that. It has gone over, and it is flowing down. You can see there are several waterfalls that are cascading right down there. It heads right down into the trees, and then there is just kind of a river where it just joins out there, and Andrew's just going to kind of pan down towards the river. You can see the main part of it gets down to the main river right there. It's just going to go through those trees right there. Now I'm at 3,100 feet right over the dam. Actually, I'm probably about 3 miles just south of it right now, but we're going to keep getting closer as I'm talking here, and there's just a lot of water here, way more than I saw yesterday morning. So we're seeing quite the torrent coming down here. Andrew, let's go back up and take a look at the spillway, and we can just see how much is going over that. Remember, yesterday, just a trickle here, and we kind of saw that little catch basin there, and we knew that it had to go over the road that goes into the parking lot. Now, as I look over there, the parking lot for the recreational area, it's underwater, and the road that was there, as you can see at the bottom of the screen right there, tilt down and zoom right in there, Andrew, to the right. You'll see the guardrails from the road. No, quite all right. And as a matter of fact, there's something else I want to show you here. Andrew, would you zoom in down onto the right there where you see that road coming in? Remember, this road went across yesterday. This was like a miniature dam all its own. That's already, see the guardrail hanging off there on the right? That road has already washed away. And that was, we kind of called it like a mini catch basin, and we thought that was going to fill up and then go over it. Well, at some point it did. Then it broke free. You can see the other half of the road right there. That's the road that goes into the recreational area parking lot. Now, Andrew, if you'll tilt up and go to the left, right up just in the upper left corner of where the water's spilling over there, see those pylons sticking up there, and you can start to see the parking spaces. That was dry yesterday. It was completely dry. You could actually drive through it. Now it's underwater, and it's under a lot more water than it looks like from the air. I can tell you it's a lot deeper than it looks like from here. Now, to put this in perspective, there is just a ton of water coming over here. I'm going to have Andrew go ahead and pan down where all this water is washing down the emergency spillway area. They did a great job of clearing that area out, but you can see how much water is just coming through here and how fast it's moving as it makes its way down to the river. Well, let's take a look at that. Andrew, if you'll come out, go up and to the left and look at the dam itself. So out over the spillway right there, there's the normal spillway. Now see all of those trailers right there on the normal spillway. There's a staging area right there. This is where we usually see most of the people are right in here. So we do see some activity down there. Now if you just follow the spillway towards us, Andrew, so tilt down, there are some people over there, and keep coming towards us. That's kind of where they stand and monitor everything. You can see that area's lit up. They've got their trailers there. There's the folks I was looking for right there. A lot of the pictures we see from the emergency spillway are actually coming from where these folks are standing right here. Well, we're definitely seeing what Dirk was just talking about, and let's go back over to that parking lot right there, Andrew, and we can just kind of see how that's come out, and it's just kind of flowing out into there, and then you can see some white water coming down in there. Now that looks real small from here, but I can tell you when you look at it down there, that is really spilling. Now, here, let's give you some perspective. Go ahead and tilt up. I just saw something interesting, Andrew. Is that picnic tables right there? So that's picnic tables right there. So this could give you an idea of how large this area is. So let's kind of pull out from there, and we'll give you that kind of perspective of how much water is going down there and going over this area, and then keep on going over to the emergency spillway, and you can see how large an area this entire area is that's spilling water over here. Now I'm also looking out the window towards town, and I can see that the secondary reservoir down there, it's looking quite full as well, and should this surge down there, that might have a problem with it getting up to its level as well. I'm also seeing lots of emergency vehicles that are going through downtown. There are several helicopters out here from CHP and other agencies. They're all operating below me here, but we're all communicating in a safe manner here. But well, it's draining and it's carrying debris. It's carrying a lot of mud. Let's just keep following the river. Let's just keep following the river towards town. Andrew, you can zoom out and tilt up if you want. Well, this is a very deep ravine right here. So we're not really getting into the lowland. Andrew, can you go ahead and pan right and just kind of show downtown so we kind of get the lay of the land here? So we're going to follow the river down into the secondary reservoir down here. We can kind of see, so it goes, you can see this is a very steep canyon right here. This isn't really going to be the area that's so much of the issue, but as we go to the left in that bend, there's a secondary reservoir. You can see how high the water is up there and how much of a release is happening that. Now, the real area of concern is everywhere below this. So if you'll pull out, Andrew, and show the downtown area and how much or how high the river is in the downtown Oroville area, this is why the evacuations are happening. Probably something we can't quite see through the camera, but I am seeing emergency vehicle flashing lights all over town. So I know they're really getting the word out to folks down there that they need to move to higher ground. Andrew, I need you to go to the right. There it is. There's the evacuation right there. So these are the folks that are evacuating right now. So quite a bit of traffic that is leaving town. These folks are heading to the north. As you can see, that road is getting quite clogged at this point as everybody is heeding the advice and getting out of town. Keep coming towards us. Keep coming to the next overpass and then zoom out some. In there with all the traffic getting out of town. That is exactly what's happening. Again, I'm at 3,000 feet over town, but we're seeing probably about a 3-mile backup. Starts just south of the river, and as Andrew was showing you just a moment ago on the camera there, you can see all of the folks trying to get out of downtown and onto the main road here so they can exit out to the north. That is the main exit way that everybody is going. You know, if you want to go to the south, you're heading towards Maryville. They're under evacuation as well, so you really don't want to be heading that way. I can see some of the other highways that head up into the hills. I see a lot of taillights going that way, so a lot of folks are heading up into the high ground from here as well. As a matter of fact, Andrew, let's go ahead and pan to the right back towards the dam, and we'll just kind of come out, show the low-lying areas here of downtown Oroville, and there's the river as it goes through it. Keep coming to the right, if you would, Andrew. And I'm going to show some of the taillights of those people that are leaving town, so keep coming to the right, and we'll go zoom in right there in the center of your screen. You see folks heading for the high ground in the top right, Andrew. So move just to the right there, and you'll see there are the taillights of the folks leaving that are heading to the east. We've already seen the folks heading to the north. Not a whole lot of cars heading to the south, definitely not heading to the west, because that's under evacuation as well. But we can see people are taking this seriously. They are leaving town. That's a good thing right now, because we got the word out early, and folks are taking this seriously and getting away from here. Now we'll go ahead and pull back out, because I don't have much more flight time here. The sun is already set, and we still need to get back to Sacramento. But let's take a look again at the dam. We'll zoom in on there and see what progress, if any, is happening over there. So it does look like everything is about like it was when we first got here. There's a lot of water coming over the top of the emergency spillway. The area of concern is off to the left there, where the recreational parking lot has been, and that's where the water is spilling over there. And like we were talking about earlier, not designed to do that. So this is what's giving everyone the concern. This is what the reason is that all of this is going on. Much more significant. Let's take a look at the main spillway there, and I'm keeping my eyes open here. There's a lot of aircraft here, and I remember yesterday I had to depart because a lot of people were sightseeing over here. But the aircraft I'm seeing today are all emergency aircraft. I'm seeing CAL FIRE aircraft. I'm seeing CHP aircraft. There's a CHP airplane probably about to fly right through the shot right now. Yeah, they're below me by about 100, make that about 500 feet. There's a CHP airplane right there. So they're flying in this area. They're checking everything out. There are CHP helicopters that are out here as well. So there's a lot of water coming down here. The evacuation order is in progress, and we've seen everybody taking that seriously, getting out of town, and hopefully this will not go the way they are fearing. But right now, the way that water's coming over there, it's definitely something we best keep our eye on and take seriously.